Hey everybody, are we on? Hi, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon TV. I am here with Deb Gavin.
Hi everyone.
Who I love and adore, one of the finest educators out there. She is with Keratin Complex. What's your title with Keratin Complex?
I am the International Artistic Director for Color.
Okay, cool. And she, really, if you ever get a chance to see her educate or be part of her world, it's just so worth it. So Deb and I were having a chit chat about, she said, I really have such great ideas for people who are looking to be, who are new stylists and looking to enter the styling world. And what is your number one tip?
I think it's really important that as new stylists, when you come out, that you realize there's a lot of opportunity in this industry, and spend some time exploring that when you get out of school, and look around at the different places that you could go and different types of jobs and things in the industry.
But I mean, like, how do you do that? Do you call them? Do you slide your resume under the door? What would be the best practice there?
So outside of different types of salons, which I'd like to address that as well, just looking online at different companies, seeing maybe there's a school where you can apprentice for a month, different opportunities with manufacturers, maybe it's an education opportunity you'd like to explore. Just understanding that there is so many different types of cultures and again, opportunities, not to say that word 50 times, but when you think about even salons, for us at Fresh Hair Studio, we tend to like to do a working interview. It's important to me that our stylists want to be there as much as I want them there. So if you can go and hang out into the salon that you're thinking about, really spend some time seeing if you feel comfortable, if they feel comfortable with you, and think about it long term. So many people end up with a bad experience, I think, Maggie, and then they end up just getting out of the industry. They think it's not for them, but culturally, salon environments are so completely different from one another.
And that's something we were talking about, the cultural difference. Talk to us about your salon. Where is it, and how would you define your culture?
Okay. So we are actually in Pennsylvania. Fresh Hair Studio is in Southampton, Pennsylvania, so right Bucks County, right outside of this city. I joke sometimes, we're a pretty hectic environment. There's about 45 of us between our management, our front desk. We have a team that is the shampoo staff and a team of assistants. So the shampoo staff moves into the assistant apprentice program. Again, 85% of our business is hair color. So we are just a mover and a shaker. I'd like for new interviews, one, I always ask them how they heard about Fresh. And so I prefer them to tell me they've done some research, they wanted to be a part of it. If they say they just drove by and looked up, for me, I would tell them to go home and do some research on the studio. I think that in our salon, again, we are a little bit hectic, so you definitely have to be up to that pace. Every once in a while, there's a limp ball right near the dryer next to the washer, and I think maybe it's a shampoo person that tried out for a job and they just kind of curled up there and passed away there.
Okay, so is it the kind of thing where if you're a pearls kind of girl and you look into a salon that's all tattoos, how do you feel about that? Is that what you mean by culture?
No. So definitely across the board, we have a range of, I like to diversify. I have my staff that's all tatted up, my staff that's more conservative. I think that, it's cool that, being a redhead for a lot of years, just a dumb analogy, people would sit in my chair and say, I don't want any red. Not that it doesn't look good on you. We don't have to, when we're talented, we don't have to represent everything we do on our clients. So I think, though, culturally, looking at the education the salon offers, looking at how they run their apprentice program, everything in this salon, what kind of advertising they do, if any, how would you get new clients, are you able to bring clients in, just exploring the culture of it without feeling like you need to look a certain way. That to me is just contrary to what my point is.
Somebody just asked a great question. How do you leave a salon where you feel totally committed to your boss, to the person you work with, that you feel you want to get out of there for whatever reason, go to another city or just change because you don't like the culture, but you're committed to your boss? How would you advise explaining that to your boss or leaving?
Well, as a salon owner, we have had a couple people that have left the studio and opened salons. I personally want the best for my staff. If someone is leaving and they want to open a space, Laurie, my business partner, myself, will give them their client list, we'll shake their hand, we'll wish them luck. Know that the owner that you're close with as a friend, we've all left salons to open a business. You know, you're not the only one. He or she has done that at some point. And honestly, think about how you would feel. For me, I truly want the best for them. If it's something they want to explore, then, you know, God bless, and here's your clients, and I wish them the best. I don't want people there that don't want to be there anymore. It's so apparent when you're just spent in an environment.
Wow, that's great. Somebody else emailed me recently and said, I want to put my resume together. What does that look like? All my friends are teachers, and I know what their resumes look like. What kind of a resume do you look for as an owner?
So as an owner looking for a resume, you can always tell there's certain of us that are kind of computer savvy that put together the proper resume per se. I always like to see a job history. I like to see your training. I definitely want to see what type of courses you've invested into your own business and into your own knowledge, because that means a lot to me. I always want to hear what made you come to my studio. So that's really important to me. You know, do you want to be part of a team that's very education driven? Do you want to learn through an assistant program, an apprentice program? That means a lot to me to look at and see why you want to be there. I like to see images if you have images, and not that they mean a lot in the sense that I'm judging them, but I just look for that aggressive personality because I know how well that will bring you through your career.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, I know you're in Pennsylvania, you own a salon, and I live in New Jersey, and booth rental is illegal. What is your feeling about booth rental, especially as an owner of such a big, successful salon?
So I think that, you know, obviously there's a lot of pros and cons with booth rental. I am in a commission-based salon in Pennsylvania. You know, again, myself and Laurie, that's the type of environment. I think there are people that really do booth rental scenarios really well, and it works for them. What I think sometimes it can be a loss on this particular side is if you miss out on the team culture, if you miss out on having someone that you can bounce ideas from, a training program. Again, I think that there are booth rental situations that can accomplish that. But if I were in that area, you know, to me, it's not just about I'm going to open these doors and then I'm going to post and see how many people come in. You know, you can grow your clientele by what you love to do. You can get your foundation, you can build your book, and it's not always, to me, it's not always financial. I mean, the two can be justly bad or justly really good. So it's just what environment do you want to be in, and you should, you know, trust the people that you work for. You, and I say this to my staff too, you have to believe in our culture. The time when you're done believing in the culture, it's time for you to leave, because that's a big component to what makes us us. And if someone doesn't want to be there, then again, you know, I wish them the best, and it's time for them to move on. Now, if my staff is listening, nobody can leave, but other than that.
Okay, this is my last question, because we're at a photo shoot here at the Water Street Studio in New York City, and I know you have to get back to your model.
Yes.
But backing up to the resume, how strongly do you feel about pictures in a resume?
I feel like I like to see pictures if they have before and afters in school. I think it's just, again, I look for that aggressive personality. I'm not looking really for technical skill. Sometimes you can see somebody's eye if they see that balance, if they see that creativity. So that's why I look for pictures. I'm not looking to really, I can teach you any skills. I can't give you, and Laurie and I always say this, we can't give you a personality or teach you how to deal with people naturally. So looking for things that really show me how into your craft you are and what you're, you know, what type of work that you like to do.
All right, that's great. Any last tips?
I have so much to say and so little time. I have a shoot going on behind me, Maggie, so I think I'm just going to say goodbye to everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody, and good luck with your careers and switching around salons. It's not a bad thing. It can be a good thing. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.